You know what? I need to check to see. I haven't posted where the link is for this. Oh, here it is right here. So let me see if I can post this link on general channel. All right.
So where is the link
Here
to
is
your?
here's the link. So if you want to check that, make sure we got audio and we're good to go, then
Yeah, sure. And for now, I'll just keep talking and see where. I, yeah, I can hear the voice. Yeah,
more.
everything is doing good.
Cool, cool. Well, it looks like we have quite a few participants this week.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's a good sign.
yeah. Um, I erased it. What was the target number?
I think is 10052024. It's actually 2024 and October 5th, but reads backwards. That's how Aura picked her target number.
See, I'm thinking that's 10:05 is the time and date of the picture, and then 2024 is probably the date. No, that can't be right. 10:05.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So, all right. So this is Vanquish Evil.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
So on her submission, it reads gateway to some place, other dimension, plane where darkness reside. Feels like a door, albeit not a physical one, and uh, and the balance between good and maybe evil, and spiritual war slash fight ongoing, and bright light, tinkling sound, and white surrounding stairways, and the future is unknown, but seems positive. And she also perceived room temperature is not hot, not cold, and she also drew a ideogram, and I don't know what that means. And someone clenching a fist, and she also had an LL of a pyramid, and also a tiny humanoid scrambling away.
you see that? You see that line she drew up above, and
Uh huh.
she thinks it's an ideogram. To me, that kind of looks like noise. It looks like what you would see on a oscilloscope for noise.
Yeah.
So to me, that feels like she's hearing a vibration or a noise of some kind. So gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Second try, vanquish evil.
Yeah. Second try. And in this time around, she perceived track and a pathway and a staircase to somewhere and beyond. Since it's since it's a door, it is an entrance to somewhere special and magical, other realm, other realm, or time or space. It smells musty and reading to, and she also had a LL for mushroom, and for texture she perceived it to be smooth and polished polished wall question mark, and luminescence is bright and glowing and shining. She also perceived a humanoid again and tiny figures jumping around on the ground, guessing it is elves, and since not exactly humans but nor animals. And overall conclusion is since it is so fantasy like, I'm guessing it may be a portrait or art or drawing of a scene in a fairy tale or a book cover. And if the location is real, then it must be a secret or hidden place.
Huh. So she's thinking maybe it's a picture. Hey,
Yeah.
Dumbledore just wrote in general something about
Mhm.
that was not his submission. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I'm not quite sure. I don't know where his.
Um, I oh he okay. Dumbledore just said he didn't submit, but I get this picture from Target's data, so I guess it's Dumbledore's data from other sessions, maybe previous ones, or other remote viewing session. So okay, I'll delete it for now.
Which one was it? Because I didn't. Is it page 3?
Yes, on page 3. But anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
I already deleted it.
Okay. So she's thinking it's a picture or a portrait of possibly a fairy tale. So that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is
It could
Nina.
be.
Yeah, very well could be. So wind flapping. This is Nina. So
Uh-huh. For
her.
textures is hard, rocky, and fabric canvas, then furry. And temperature is warm. And for colors, she described it to be rose pink, off white, or gray. And luminescence, warm glow, and dim environment. For taste is she write down salty water. And life form, small animal like creature. And summary, a hard man-made structure made from natural material, maybe rose or quartz or Himalayan salt, and it has life force emanating from it. A warm glow, a life form attached or coming out of it and away from it. Half of it is covered with fabric, protecting it from something like wind or rain.
Huh.
So she also drew I don't know, a picture of that thing in at the end of her session.
The funny thing is, it looks like a salt lamp. I mean, I got one in my. I got a spare room, and I've got one in my spare room, and that
Mm-hmm.
looks like a cat watching a salt lamp, and it's covered with some sort of. I don't know.
Both.
That is kind of interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, so next one is my data. I actually had some similarities with Nina Kajina's data. And
So are these
and
your are these your ideograms right here in the middle? You have.
yes,
Mhm.
is that okay, you can see four pictures, four drawings on this single page, and the simpler the most complex one is my conclusion. I my deduction is a necklace or jewelry or something, and that is attached to a string of maybe made of metal or something. Yeah, I have no idea, but I think it's something precious, and and for and I perceive this is to be this should be a medium size to small size object, and it's damaged or the object is the object is for decoration purposes. And for texture, I perceive it to be slithery and has a shiny surface, and it feels cold upon touching. So that's why I think maybe it's made of metal or some other materials that have these kind of qualities. And for color, I perceive it to be dark but solid and cuts. And there is a man, and there is a shape to this object, and I think it's circular. And for color, it's purple. And for the material, I think it's metallic but small in size. And that object, my perception tells me that it is put on a blanket or a cloth. And also I perceive a bowl-like shape again, and but I made a deduction that it's a jewel, but it's because it's such a high level term, so I immediately rolled it to be an AOL. And the deduction is a crystal or a necklace. Both are AOLs because it's too specific. And I also perceive the object has a golden string or line attached to it. So the focus should be a circular or a bow-like object, and that is attached to a string or a line. And so overall, I think that it's a necklace sort of stuff.
Okay. Which is
So
pretty much in line with what Nina said. I mean, it's decorative. It has the thing attached to it, and it's sitting on a blanket, or a blanket's over the top of it. So
yes, I have my data shares many similarities with Nina's data. However, I didn't perceive any anything magical about this object because for Nina and Vanquish Evil, they both perceive the object has some kind of energy emanating from it. And for me, I didn't roll that down in my session.
oh, that's right. Yeah, both Nina and Vanquish Evil said it's dimensional or has
Hmm.
energy.
Some magical power. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
So
see.
I think next one is yours data.
So I keep running into teddy bears. So it just for whatever
Teddy bears.
yeah for whatever reason I keep seeing a teddy bear, and it's a very distinct teddy bear, and I don't know why. So the other thing is a box or uh, this shape.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people around visiting, quiet, low murmur. It's humid, warm, and sunny. This looks like it's outside. It almost looks like this almost feels like a grave site. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That drawing looks like a graveyard.
Yeah, it does. But see, on my original drawing, this is yesterday, I think. Yeah, 11, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a salty smell or a organic smell. There's people,
Mm-hmm.
and you're near water park or beach. But there's that AOL again, the stuffed bear.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
There again.
I've got a round object. You can see in my AOL drawing,
Uh-huh.
and the first thing that popped into my mind was one of those domes, like the hurricane ripped apart. I can't remember the name of that stadium. That was that popped up first.
Mm-hmm.
So between that and the smell of the ocean, or organic smell, was really strong. So that and a bear. I don't know what it is about that bear. So this is Snowblind.
Mm-hmm. He has got 3 ideograms for this one, and I don't know what that means, but anyway, that's very typical for ideograms.
Winds, birds, warm. Warm is pretty prevalent through all of ours.
Yes,
Me,
most of our data contains that word as a yeah that key. It's almost like a keyword in all of our session. I
so
didn't write that. I think I'm the only person who didn't roll down that word.
right, winds. Now see, I got birds too. I got small animals, and then the other thing is I got green. Green was kind of green and tan. So
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of these and plants. So
Mm-hmm.
something pretty, huh?
Something pretty.
Yeah. So here he has a round object with what looks like flowers in it. So, and it's luminescent or it's energetic.
Uh-huh.
To me,
Uh-huh.
that looks like something giving off energy.
Uh-huh.
Flowers in a pot outside, bright day, sunny, breezy, birds chirping, flower color is probably yellowish, but I have red as well, huh? Flowers in a vase, kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very. Yeah, very. I would say very. Uh, it's a yeah, it's a very concrete description of the target.
Right. All right. So before we get on to the the geo one, let's
Uh-huh.
go ahead and pull up Aura's target and let's see what it is.
So do you know the identity of the target?
No, I haven't looked. She didn't send it to me.
Oh, she didn't send it to you. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the only person she sent the data.
yeah.
Actually, I think it would be a good idea to have people to send to both of us, just in case they forget.
Yeah, that actually I didn't think about that. That would be a good idea
Uh-huh.
because in case for some reason whatever happens,
Yeah.
let,
So
let me check to see if she did it.
before a target reveal, are we suppose that's a real request from a potential client that asks for us to remove you something. In a situation like this, what would we tell our clients about our conclusion about this target?
Well, a nice summary would be to all the things that we all agree on is the
Mm-hmm.
temperature, the colors, the shape. I mean, I think all of us have pretty much said there's a round shape to it and there's particular colors.
Yes.
And
For shape, definitely we would like to describe it as some kind of something that is round or circular, or at least part of it is round or circular.
right, and the other thing is three of us have said there's dimensional aspects or maybe even religious aspects to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an energy involved.
Mm-hmm.
And even Snowblind in his picture kind of showed a little bit of energy involved. So
Mm-hmm.
if we were going to show this to a client,
Mm-hmm.
we would definitely stress the smell, the energy,
Mm-hmm.
and and the shape. So this is
Yeah. So
actually, hopefully, this is going to really show how the group can describe something while having
mm-hmm.
three different descriptions.
Yeah. So definitely this is not something ordinary. It has some special quality to it. We just cannot be sure what that special quality is,
Right.
but definitely not something ordinary. And for for size, I would say it's not a big thing or gigantic stuff. Maybe medium to small size.
Right. Right. And that's what I was thinking
Based
too.
on based on all our data, we don't know exactly what the shape or the dimension of it. However, it's fair to say that we all describe it to be, yeah, something. We didn't use big or huge, these kind of descriptors to say for this target.
I wonder if it's a flower vase sitting on a in a cemetery
Mm-hmm.
by a tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really interesting.
Hmm.
Because in the teddy bear theme too that I kept seeing, I'm kind of wondering if it's a small child buried in a grave with
Mm-hmm.
flowers on top. Oh, that would just freak me
Yeah.
out.
Or that could be a metaphor of the whole event or target.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe it's not a teddy bear, maybe it's not a child, but something else, but similar.
Yeah.
And our mind just interpret the whole event and different components into different something else.
Right.
So
Well, regardless of what it is, it's going to be very interesting to see how our data corresponds to it. So,
yeah, okay. Now I'm going to check Aura's message to me and
No,
okay.
it better not be better not be a graveyard.
I won't say it's a hit for us, but it's we are close, at least close, close to close to close to it. This is the target, the ordinary target. But I will say, yeah, having some special aspect to it.
Target reveal. Rounded. Oh my god, shiny, luminescent. There's the greenery. Oh my god, that's awesome. There's the red. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Holy crap. That is awesome. Well, I got to go back. Hold on. I got to take a look at Nina's.
Okay, so now let's go back and review all our submission and see how much we get. Yeah. How
Okay, so
so
uh,
for Vanquish Evil's data, it's
Vanquish Evil. Okay.
it has nothing to do with other dimension, but I can relate to the bright light and crystal tinkling sound part. Yeah, because this object is used for illuminating the room.
Yeah, so she got tiny humanoid. That's pretty funny. So yeah, she definitely got the illuminating
Uh-huh.
staircase somewhere beyond. Since it's a door, magical in the realm. Musty smell. Smooth polished walls. Well, I don't know if she got that one, but bright, glowy, shiny. She's got that.
Uh-huh.
I actually think there's a lot of stuff in her data that's very very good, but her she she definitely castle built with the
Yeah, lots of castle building. That happens in every remote viewing
yeah
sessions,
yeah but,
especially for non-professionals like us.
right
We just cannot tell which data is real data and which are noises.
exactly
It's just too hard before a target reveal. Of course, after the target reveal, we all know which is right and which are wrong.
what's
That.
it says if the location is real then it must be a secret hidden place. This looks like a utility room almost. I wonder if it's a utility
Mm-hmm.
room or
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what it is. Wind flapping, hard rocky fabric, canvas damp, furry, warm. Okay, so it's definitely warm.
Mm.
The colors are okay. Off-white, gray, warm glow, dim environment,
Mm-hmm.
salty water, small animal-like creatures. Handmade structure from natural material. Rose quartz. Okay, what does the light look like?
I would say that shape, the dome shape, looks like that light. Yeah, the outer case of that light. Yeah.
Yeah, she matched not only that, but if you look at the George Foreman grill, I mean, she matched that too. So oh, that's just funny. Okay, so that again, like you say, she got aspects of this
Mm-hmm.
correct,
Mm-hmm.
and one more small animal increase, salty water. Okay, covered with fabric. I didn't see this, so I'm thinking while her basic idea is off, she did really good.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do? You did very good. You did well. It's not for decoration purposes. It was a round object. It was, if you look at your picture, it had the little lines in it. I mean, it's just that there was what, four of them, six of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, holy crap, you did really good too. The size was a little bit bigger,
Mm-hmm.
slippery, shiny surface. So, wow, like a jewel. Circle, is that bell or ball like?
I wrote bowl like.
Yeah. So you actually did fantastic. I mean, and golden strings. You take a look at that light fixture.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's I would say that's a lot of metaphors for the real identity of the object.
You did.
It's
You literally. I'm so far. I think you did the best. I mean, hands down. You basically described the best of what it was. Uh,
not a hit, but I did my best.
I don't know, man. I'm
Yeah,
I'm thinking that's the strongest one so far. Mine is completely off,
not
100%.
a teddy bear.
Not a teddy bear, not a graveyard, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a stadium, but it did have round qualities. So,
Mm-hmm.
or it did had an organic smell.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I was completely off. You were fairly close, and I think Snowblind. So his colors were red, pink, yellow, and green. He got the colors. He got the temperature.
Yeah,
Plants, winds, birds, sort of sunny.
something pretty.
Yeah. So he even got the aesthetics right, and it looks like he got the general shape right. I'm,
Yes, and I would bet that if you look that's a button up view of
right,
that light source. Yeah,
right.
if you look down, look at the light bulbs from below, that will be the shape. That will be that will be the shape you
Yeah,
see. It's
yeah,
not flowers, but it looks like flowers. Flower pattern of flowers.
yeah. That was an actual. He did really. I mean, look. He described it fairly well, and
Yeah,
he like you say, a looking up kind of view was. It looks like flowers, very much so.
yeah. It looks like flowers, and and the snowball also wrote is this object is something pretty. And for me, I wrote this is for decoration purposes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
So
you and Snow are the top dogs here. I mean, you definitely got. No wonder you see the freezer here.
hmm
That's that's my square box that I drew.
yeah, definitely sounds a rectangular element also inside that picture.
Yeah, yeah. So I got aspects of it. I just didn't do very well. I don't I don't know
Because
why.
the main focus should be on the lamp
That
on the yeah on the light.
right. I missed the target. I was in the right
Yeah,
room, but I missed the target completely. So that's pretty cool. That is really cool. It's energetic. Yep, 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 yep.
definitely energetic, but not the energetics we would think of
Right.
in the remote viewing communities. You know, whenever we talk about energetics in remote viewing, usually it's related to some woo stuff or maybe explosion or yeah,
Yeah.
something spectacular. Not just a light source.
Right. Exactly. Hey, I'm gonna post. Let me go to the Discord,
hmm
and I am gonna post. Oh, there it is. Target data for geolocation. So I want to post this. Okay, how do I do that? So upload a file.
So where did you pick your location from? Like from Google Map?
No. What it is a long time ago. I saw a picture that I really like, and
Oh, okay.
what it is this is just a particular area that I know is, uh, while it's not well known,
Mm-hmm.
it is a, well, let's just say it's an area that you won't recognize and you won't know where it's at until you actually see the picture on Google Map. So I tried to make this as hard as possible, but with a very distinct a very distinct way of doing this. So let me
Oh,
yeah, do you got it?
I get it. And it's a big miss from from me.
Huh. I can't find my window. There it is. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and post that.
Okay. I think I can post it um on the Google document to the bottom of this page, just below our weekly removing practice target. Wait, give me a second. I don't know why this image cannot be copied and pasted. That's strange.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can pull up the image by itself. Let's see if I can do this here.
Oh, I think I can get a job done because I'm able to post it on
Oh,
Discord.
there it is. Yeah,
So
yeah. Okay. And then I will show it on
maybe
Discord.
I should post it on the target data. Just give me a moment. I changed where the picture should be posted.
Okay.
So let's see how good we get for the geolocation part.
Okay. Now I'm going to pull up Google Earth. And I'm going to show you where Kibi, Ghana, Africa is. And it's not called Kibi, it's called something else. So they must have changed the name. Kibi, Ghana, Africa. Okay. So this is they call it Kiyibi, right? So the picture you
Mm-hmm.
saw, this picture here, is a stream. I mean, look at the conditions here.
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing. Now I've done this, and that's what I look like when I do that. So it's a lot of fun, but it is very hard work.
I can see that's really hard work.
So what they did is in one of these streams, I don't have the exact location. In one of these streams that's surrounding this place, there's they were mining it for gold, and
Mm-hmm.
this group of people were there, and then this picture was taken. So it's just a local stream, a bunch of people working the stream for gold, and to me it was really interesting to see the conditions here because a lot of people do this and they use like toxic chemicals to pull the gold out. They use
Uh-huh.
mercury and they use acid and they use all sorts of shit. And all that runs into the water. So all these guys are playing in mud that has really toxic material. I mean, the conditions are awful. The
Uh-huh.
the gold they get doesn't pay for very much. You know, a lot of these
Uh-huh.
guys work for other people, so they don't get a lot of money, but they are
Yeah.
working really hard.
That's a very sad story.
Yeah, yeah. But this is where they live, and if you back out a bit, you've got mountain ranges, you've got volcanoes, you've got all sorts of really cool stuff all the way around them. It's it's hilly, really hilly area, really warm, a lot of vegetation, and obviously a lot of mud and water. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So if we go back to the document, which is where's my document? Google Doc. There it is.
No, the one right on the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just refresh it.
So if you go back and you look at these guys' data for the
Uh-huh.
locate, you'll see both Nina and Aura hit around. Okay, so this is Nina, right? Yeah. Hard, wet, soft, nature, thicket, reflective temperatures, humid, haze. So Nina, she actually hit a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it wasn't very high up, and there is mountains near it, but this is basically on a stream. And so while this is a miss, she did really good because all this stuff is actually there. There's actually tall mountains,
Yes.
and
Most
it's
of the elements she described in her session is a good description.
very good description. So she did really good. The tallest structure in the world feels like jungle, lots of vegetation, unable to walk through. And she's right. It's a lot of vegetation. The city has a lot of traffic, warm and humid. Waterfall nearby, brown skinned natives. So
Wow,
that's amazing. That I mean,
yeah,
of course,
amazing description of the target location.
right. So these were her guesses as to where it was, and none of them actually picked Africa, but she did really good with the basic description.
Uh-huh.
So that was really, really cool.
Yes.
Okay. So uh, there are aspects of in Google Earth. If you get out here, it's not barren land, but it
Mm-hmm.
is. There's not a lot of people outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So we could say that she's correct, and I'm sure there are huts made of leaves. Soil is
Mm-hmm.
dry and hot. It is definitely hot there, and it does have air pollution there. Spicy particles. I don't know what that would mean. And no strong sunlight, but not cold either. So I would say that's a partial. She got a lot of
Uh-huh.
aspects that can be right. I just don't know if for this particular instance it is right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Leora, a volcano. So she's saying it's Mount Rushmore. Natural and man-made in stone. Eruption fire. So there's a volcano fairly close to that area.
Uh-huh.
So she's picking up the volcano uh, and the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small town, so there's cars. So she's got the people, the cars, and stuff. It's just again a lot of aspects that you know. She's got aspects of it. She's just not real close. Okay, who is this yours?
Yeah, it's my data. And it's a miss.
You got the mountains.
But not boats. There are no boats
Viet.
and
Okay.
no open water.
Nope, no, definitely not Vietnam. But you did get the mountains, so that's kind of cool. The main thing about this picture I was trying to focus on was
human activity.
the human
Human
activity.
activity
Yeah.
is the main focus here,
Yeah.
and harsh environment, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. These people are working in really
So
nasty conditions, and how the stream is just absolutely blasted with all that mud that they're washing this stuff up with because it's just
mhm.
filthy. So yeah, I mean, if you looked at all three of the data things, I think Nina came the closest on it. It's just
Yeah,
that
yes.
she definitely didn't get within 100 miles of it. So
If Nina were able to pick out the human activities in this picture, then I would say that will be a hit.
summary tunnel description. She did.
She didn't describe any human activity
No, she didn't.
in her data.
No, it just
So
all she picked out was the uh, the surroundings.
mm-hmm,
So again, these are all. So everybody hit around it, but nobody. No, I mean, it's definitely not a hit. Not like last
mm-hmm,
week. Last week was a definite hit, but it
mm-hmm.
was very close. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to roll that. I'm gonna have to roll that $10 over to the next week because
Mm-hmm.
these are really good. They're just none of them hit.
Yeah, not good enough to be considered a hit.
Yeah.
So I think we are very aware of how good our remote viewing capabilities are at the moment, at the current stage. Yeah. Suppose we get a request from a client, that's probably the best we can do for now.
Well, the fact that we've got all three of you guys got aspects of, even though we didn't hit it, we got aspects of. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
each one of my targets so far has been wildly different, and
Mm-hmm.
each one uh, will be wildly different. So you're not going to be able to go, you know, it it was too similar to last week. So when I pick a target, it's going to be you'll know it's going to be absolutely different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it is kind of cool that we can pick out, the basic environment. And as a remote viewer, it's the fact that we can do this is just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. It pretty much proves that anyone can do this. Yeah, it's just the extent to what extent we are able to describe our target.
Right, right. And then
Yeah, sometimes we can do very well, and sometimes not so good.
right, and that's going to be the interesting part is how we can get better at describing the target. And
Yeah, and and consistently being consistently good at it is a key, because people would like to, yeah, would like to see consistency in our performance.
right,
They don't want they don't want to, yeah, the last thing they will want to see is that sometimes they pay money for good results, while sometimes they pay the money but but almost get nothing.
right, right. I mean, and then now you're looking at, well, all of us tried, all of us put ours in, so it's not, we can't guarantee that we're going to hit the target, but we can guarantee that we're going to put out data that may or may not correspond. So
Hmm.
it's really tough.
Yeah, people needs to adjust their expectation for remote viewing,
Right,
for remote viewing data, especially not those data that does not come from professional ones. Yeah, because I know professional remote viewers, they can do very very well and almost every time.
right.
Yeah,
So
as long as it's a fixed event or fixed target, maybe. Yeah, I know that when remote viewing feature events or targets, the accuracy tends to be lower because it's not a fixed. It's not a there is no fixed outcome for future events or future target. But whenever you see a fixed object or event in the history, you can always they can always guarantee that they hit that with no problem.
Right. So on that note, uh, who do you think won the contest as far as your contest for the ZPC?
Oh, for our weekly remote viewing contest.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm not going to take the prize, so maybe no blinds data because let's okay, let's just do a random draw again.
You want to just do
Yeah.
it
Uh,
now? So
yeah.
here's the deal. Before we do that, so Vanquish Evil,
Mm-hmm.
Vanquish Evil. Okay, she wants to roll over her winnings. So last week, I'm pretty sure she did $10. She won
Uh-huh.
$10. So she wants to
Uh-huh.
roll over that to the contest.
Uh-huh.
So, how would you? What would be the best way to do this? So, if your contest is $20 to hit it, $20 to hit, and then it's a ten. Was it a $10 for participating?
Uh-huh.
Participating. So, are we gonna say anybody actually hit this, or are we gonna say it was close, or what are we gonna do?
It's just a close description, but not the actual hit.
Okay, so we're
Not
gonna.
even my data.
Okay,
Is I would say it's close, but not a hit.
all right. So we're gonna do a participation win here for $10. Now, do we want to roll
Uh-huh.
that? Do we want to roll that 10 into a 20 with Vanquish Evils, or do you want to keep it 10 and then have that $10 of Vanquish Evils for I don't know, like a second prize for something?
Well, I'm all good. Maybe you can just decide it for it. Yeah. I haven't I don't think that's the main focus for me.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how to if we're going to do a $10 participation for this week, and then I'm trying to figure out what to do with that $10 of
Uh,
Vanquish Evils. So
yeah. Anyway, the last thing I want to do is to to do the bookkeeping and try how much money is left from last week or the week previous to that. I I don't want my mind to be stuck with this kind of trivial stuff. I don't care
oh,
honestly. Anyways, if people don't want to roll over it, and just roll over it. And if no one wants, maybe we should just keep it simple. Yeah. If no one wants to take the prize, we just do a random draw, and after the random winner, after the random draw, and if the winner doesn't want to take that as either, then we just do another roll over to the next week. Yeah, yeah, that will be simpler.
okay. We could do that. So where is that random number
Random
generator?
number generator. I always put it down to the very bottom of our Google document,
Okay.
so it becomes handy. Just below the target, below the target review.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Target reveal random number generator HTTPS.
So I think this week we have got one, two, three, four, five participants except that for Dumbledore. The
Number 5.
number five, then that's Nina Kachina.
All right. So we're gonna say that Nina Kachina won the 10.
Uh-huh. For the participatory prize.
Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll over the 10 from last week. So
Yeah.
She wins $20 USDT. No, wait.
I do appreciate for people's participation because that's really the key point of all our activities. Without participation from people, uh, we are just not going to make it.
Right, right. I mean, we really do need to. So,
Yeah. So I'm fine with not hitting the target, but I'm not fine without people participating. So all participations are encouraged.
yeah, I gotta start keeping track of. I need to go back through and all the contests and figure out all the numbers and stuff too. There's only been 41 contests, so it won't be that hard. But
Mm.
I need to document
Uh,
all this at some point. I just haven't done it yet. Been really busy.
I already post all our past contest data on our website.
Right.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I haven't gone back to your website for
So
probably about
I
four
don't think
days.
you need to do the same stuff. That's double work.
Well, no, I need to do it for my taxes. So,
Taxes?
oh yeah, I got to pay
What
taxes
what do you mean?
every time that you send money to me and I send money to somebody else. I got to document it.
Why do you
Be-
need to do that? I don't understand.
the government,
Is
the
the
government,
government is going to check your on chain transactions?
yes. And every time I make,
What?
yeah, every time I make money or you send money to me, I have to document it where it's going.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
This is the U.S. government. You gotta love them. So as long as I keep track of where it's coming in and where it's going to, I'm fine. If I don't keep track, and then I'm gonna lose a lot of money. So
Actually, you won't lose money. I would say government is just going to give you a fine.
yeah, a big one. Yeah, because if I can't document where it went to, then they're gonna make up a number. Then that's the number I gotta pay. So whatever number they come up with, if I have no documentation to prove that's where it went to, yeah, it's the U.S. tax system is really, really weird. So I just got to make sure I get all the stuff in order before
It's not
the end of the year.
it's not a tax system. It's a rob system.
Yeah,
They want to rob the people.
they really do. They really do, and it's okay because I don't have a lot of money to rob from. So yeah, but once we get a lot bigger, then I will probably make sure I've got everything lined up to
Well,
facilitate.
since you mentioned that, I really think you need to automate this process without you doing all the booking manually. That will be better
Well, that's
because
yeah.
unless on-chain transactions can be automatically tracked by as long as you know how to set up maybe like a bot listening to all the incoming transaction events.
Well, and that's why I keep saying that I want to set up with everybody on the Discord. I would like to set up a personal wallet. I would like
Mm-hmm.
to have a personal wallet set up for everybody on the Discord, and anytime anything happens, or if somebody wants to donate to the cause, there's their
Mm-hmm.
wallet. They can literally slide over whatever they want into that wallet.
Okay, I have another suggestion for you. Because I really don't think this kind of test stuff really worth your time doing, and I will just ask ChatGPT and to see if AI can maybe give us a line of code or something that can automatically track all the blockchain transactions to your wallet or my wallet, whatever.
Well,
Yeah, that will be better for both of us because we don't want to do this kind of stupid work. It doesn't. It's unproductive.
right.
You cannot get anything out of it, but you still need to waste your energy and time on it. I didn't know that you have this kind of needs. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah, since you mentioned,
the nice thing
hmm
is I go through Coinbase. Now Coinbase is a very expensive way to buy and sell coins, but
hmm
I go through Coinbase and they do have a sort of decent tax thing
oh yeah,
in Coinbase.
I,
So
I I know that because I also used Coinbase Commerce
right.
for our blockchain payments. I don't. By the way, I don't think we will see any orders for now.
Right.
But
But I
yeah,
mean,
once we. Hmm
their tax thing for the U.S. is pretty good. So I mean, all I have to do is keep track of um, the dates and the times and the winter, and then it's all good. And like you say, the transaction is all blockchain, so it's kind of easy to find. Um,
Yeah, maybe we should just ask AI to write. I don't think that's a very hard hard thing to do for AI. Yeah, they can. Yeah, we just don't know how to write these codes. But once we figure out it's just a simple stuff. You click a button and you get all your historical records.
right, right. And once we're able to do that, that'll really make things easy.
Yeah,
So
and to be honest, if we really want to scale our supposedly hypothetical business, then we really need to automate this process because for one, two, three, several transactions, you are able to do that manually. However, when you are talking about 100, 200, 300 transactions, it's just impossible to do that. Yeah, keep all the booking work.
well,
Yeah,
and that's my deal. When I get into the app, when I get my app going and my the website going to where we have to disperse funds, I mean, we're going to definitely have a system in place that allows
mm-hmm,
easier bookkeeping, easier tax records, because
mm-hmm.
I have to document everything going out in the business, everything.
Are you able to issue a invoice, these kind of documents? Yeah, whenever you receive a fund, because I already see that need. Suppose we are going to scale our business. Yeah, I can see that people or business when they pay you money, they will expect you to yeah to give them an invoice or order number.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what I figure
Y-
is. So when we have a group of people looking at a target for a client, we are going to have an
mhm.
invoice. We're going to do it just like a contracting. It's going to be a contracting business. They're going to contract
Yes.
us to do this. They're going to have the target set up and the idea of how much this is going to cost set up in a bid, and then we're going to send them an invoice stating this is what they need to pay, this is what the
Mm-hmm.
cost is, and then
Mm-hmm.
so everything's going to be tracked in a very specific manner according to what
Yes.
they are looking for. If
Mm-hmm.
it's an open-ended contract where we are going to have a target that we're going to be working with somebody, then that'll be a lot different than a target that has a one and done. A one and done target will be really easy. You here's how many people did it. Here's our invoice. Thank you very much. But an open-ended target, now we're talking hours. So we're gonna have to keep
Mm-hmm.
track of the hours of the people who are working there. We're gonna have to keep track of who's working there. It's gonna be a real. The other thing is if this is gonna be a business where uh, we are actually doing targets for people,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of who they are. If we're doing targets for people, and we have a list of remote viewers that we're using, we're going to have to either A, set these people up as independent contractors who
Mm-hmm.
have a business license, or we're going to have to hire them. And if I hire them, then that's
Mm.
gonna make an absolute nightmare paperwork. And now
Nice.
the cost of all this is going to go through the roof.
It's
And then I'm going to get
it's
it.
just
Yeah, I'll get divorced.
unpractical.
The wife will hate me. I mean, yeah, we're going to have to do this in such a way that makes it easy on everybody.
And we
Because,
don't want to be illegal.
exactly, we want to pay our taxes, we want to make sure everybody's happy, and we're We're doing business according to the local law. So
Mm.
there's a
Wow, so complicated when it comes to money and law.
well. The nice thing is, as long as we're small, we can do this on tips alone, and that's why it would be very important to do this having each individual person responsible for their own uh, tip jar. Be-
Uh-huh.
but the minute we get into the bigger aspects, that's when
Uh-huh.
everything goes through the roof. I mean, truly, if we ever get a contract with a government agency, like let's say a city planning department wants to know about ghosts being seen in a particular area, then I get to
Mm-hmm.
charge $1,000 an hour for everybody that
Uh-huh.
participates because
Uh-huh.
the city contract, the city contractor has to base his uh, pay on the business that preceded me. So I can
Mm.
basically write a ticket to the city for any cost that I want because there
Mm-hmm.
is absolutely no business in front of me that they can draw or reference an actual idea of how much it's going to cost per hour to do something like
No,
this. There's no way.
no. We have no idea.
Right. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. And the bad thing is the fact that I've gotta really watch how we do this. The good thing is the sky's the limit. I'm really excited.
You- There is no ceiling for this kind of work.
No, there isn't. But we just got to make sure we pay the taxes to all the applicable governments. We got to make sure
Mm.
that and now we're dealing with countries too. So, um, how many countries do we have represented in my Discord? I mean, we got Africa, Singapore, Taiwan,
Mm-hmm.
um, Germany. Trying to think of where we got a lot in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh,
And UK,
and where?
UK, United Kingdom,
Who's in the UK?
United Kingdom. I think. Uh, Josh.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, we are all over the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that we make sure we don't run afoul of individual governments because I know the individual governments get kind of persnickety about violating laws. So
Well, as far as I know, our Taiwan government does not care about any of our activities on blockchain. They want to they want to tax us, of course,
right,
because it's money, but they haven't figured out how to do that.
right.
So that's the situation for me personally. I don't know how things are going in other parts of the world. Maybe they are just like the United States government, where they are very capable of doing this kind of stuff.
So I think Germany has I think it's Germany has this really strange law that if you hold a coin for a year,
Hmm.
you don't get taxed on it. But
Oh,
if
okay.
you buy it and sell it within the year, then you do get taxed on it. If I get a coin at any time during the year, so if you send me a coin anytime during the year, I am immediately taxed upon the value of the coin at the time I received it. And it doesn't matter if it increases or decreases, the amount that I am taxed, which is due, is for the cost of that coin at the time I got it.
Oh, okay.
And then if I sell it again, I'm going to get taxed on the profit that I made on the coin from the time that I got it. So I'm getting double taxed. I mean, it's just it's a screwed up system. But give the government what they need, and everybody's happy.
I would say States government has no hope at all.
Ooh, damn. United States government is an interesting place. They they purposefully make the tax laws very vague so that they can maximize their money in, which is good. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to get as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time,
Sure.
and they do the great job. So, but we'll figure it out when we get there. We're still pretty small.
Yeah, it's still not a problem for us at the moment.
No,
Yeah, but once we get big, it will become a big problem.
right,
But for now, everything is all right because we are all running on very small amounts of payments.
right. Once you hook up with the multimillionaire who has us do this on a regular basis, then we're in trouble. So,
Mm-hmm.
but until then, we are a-okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I've got target number 4 ready to go
Mm-hmm.
for next week. I will talk to Nina Kachina
Mm-hmm.
and let her know she is a happy winner. And I am gonna tell everybody on the Discord they did fantastic, and I am gonna talk to Aura and tell her her picture is fantastic. That
Yeah,
was
sounds good.
really good. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna take off early, and
Sure.
I really appreciate being here, man. I really like doing this. So I will see you next week, same time,
Yeah. See
same
you.
place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See you next week. Wish you a good weekend.